Hi everyone. Welcome. I just wanted to take a chance right now to introduce myself. I am working a little bit on my computer while I'm talking, so if I'm looking away, that's what I'm doing. I am wanted to introduce myself. I wanted to introduce my business to you guys. I have been in business. I started out with Everything E. Jane. I am now revamping my business and changing it to Save and Scribble Studios because I wanted to combine everything that I wanted in my business into one item. So I have come up with a solution. One part of it is starting a mail club where because I love mysteries, I love crime shows, so I wanted to create something where we could solve a mystery while we're saving and enjoying and journaling, and then including also piece where you could do some junk journaling, but every piece that you will receive in the mailer will be something that can be used in your journals, in your junk journals. Everything can be used. I'm going to still create small bundles that has many savings challenges in them, as well as journaling questions, affirmation cards, also going to be included in some bundles. But I want to stay true to, my business. I know that there's like a lot of things going on, so that's another reason why I've been holding back outside of my issues that I have been having, since becoming a homeowner. And I am going to talk about those, during the times that I may be down in my office working. I'm going to chat about those. Hopefully it will help. I'm sure it will help because I went through a lot becoming a first-time home buyer. And I just want people to be prepared and not blindsided like I was with a lot of things. So back to the business. I started this back and I've always wanted to start my own business. So I've been experimenting on a lot of things. But it's all started with me creating a budget planner book for myself. And I went to Walmart one day and I purchased a photo book. And I ended up turning the photo book into my budget book. I printed out a bunch of pages because every single month, when it was time for me to write down my bills, I was finding little pieces of paper or a notebook or something sort and write down all of the bills that I have to pay, my income, and deduct all of that. And then next thing I know, I'm looking for scrambling all over the place, looking for that book, or the piece of paper that I wrote on, where did I do with it? I need to see if I paid that bill, and if I paid the bill, and did I include the bill in my budget when I was, working it out? Well, that is how the planner came about. And at the time, I was trying to get into a vision board. So I wanted something that was combined into one where I would be forced to make sure every day I go and look at my vision and work on my budget, look at my budget every single day and write down any spending that I did for that day so I could stay on track for everything that I needed to do as far as me financially. So that is where the book came from. I went through so many different avenues of trying to create the book because there were people that was asking for it and I wanted to be able to send it to them, but not in the form that I had it because it was going to be kind of heavy. And I didn't want it to be costly because of me having to send it. So I did find maybe when I first moved into my home, which was in 2021, I think 2022, I found a company that I could get the book printed. I do have some available. They are limited. I will post those on my website for anybody that may be interested in taking a look. I'm not going to open the book or anything. It's just going to be a front page of it. It's weird, it's like things that you do, or you come up with, next thing you know, somebody else is doing it, or, it's okay. I mean, everybody take inspiration from people. But I try to look at my business and make sure that I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. And because I want to try to stand us out from everybody else. I think I'll be honest, I guess what I'm doing is failing because my business really isn't doing well. I know that I haven't had much of a presence on social media, and that is because I was working. I was working 2 jobs, so the business kind of like fell to the back. But then I was also going through a lot of stuff in my home, and that's where I started to GoFundMe to help me with the expenses that I have incurred. So I have debt that I've incurred that I would not have if it wasn't for this house. So I wasn't being irresponsible. I wasn't out shopping or anything. Like, literally all of the debt came from this house. It's been one thing after another. The roof, the ceiling, the things leaking in there. I had to put a new roof on my house. Came to find out that the house had no permit for underpinning, no use and occupancy permit. There were fines on the house. And then when you get things like that, Baltimore City, it's on you now because you're the owner, so you have to take care of these things. And I'm like, well, why would that be on me? And my question always to them was, how can anybody put a house on the market if it doesn't have the proper permits on it? So I had to had to get Baltimore City to come out. They found me some things in the house. I had to pay to get that stuff done. The deck secured. And some of these things that I had to do in the house was things that I was told was done prior to going to closing. The deck was one, but that was cited by Baltimore City, so I had to pay somebody to secure the deck to the house more. I've had to fix the piping to the furnace because it was leaking gas. The roof, I mentioned that, which I had to put a whole new roof on there because it was the original roof, and these houses in this block that I live in was vacant for a long time. The front steps, the bricks kept coming loose on the front steps, so I've had to fix the front steps several times. So, that was costly. Last time I had to pay $850 for them to redo the entire steps. Promised me they wouldn't fall apart again. Then it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. I had to pay for engineers. I had to pay for this. I had to pay for all of this people to come and pay for the permits. I had to pay for all of the permits, any inspections and stuff that needed to be done for it. And all of that prior to Baltimore coming in and giving me the use and occupancy permit. I then had to go to court. When I went to go to court, I had to go to court because when the house is registered and it's not registered as an owner occupied, I guess they count it as a rental property. And then there is a registration fee that is supposed to be paid by the person who's running the property every year. And that is a fee of $250. While that was a fine of $500 for the 2 years that I had been living in the house. Y'all, these people had me in tears. In tears, telling me that they could come and put me out of my house because I wasn't supposed to be living in the house because I don't have a use and occupancy permit. They can make me move out. My sister called the mayor's office one day, and I called the lady. She was like, no, told my sister that it shouldn't be on me. But then when I called her, she told me, oh, well, you need to get you could get a permit and have the house demolished. I'm like, Miss, why would I have my house demolished? I live here. This is my home. Like, what are you talking about? When I tell you that I I cried from 2022, because I bought my house in November of 2021. I cried from November 2022 all the way up into last year. And the final, not the final thing, because it's been a lot. I mean, y'all guys, it's been a lot. The basement. That's when I started, went downstairs one day. Everything was fine. Go down there one day to say, okay, let me go downstairs and, you know, clean the basement up and do some things down there. And I noticed something on the sofa down there. And I'm like, I just noticed not mold on the sofa. So I started like looking, and I just moved the sofa off the wall, and boom, all behind the sofa on the wall was mold. So I got some stuff that I had to start spraying, and, you know, it started dissipating. But then I goes down there the next day, and it was literally everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And so I called the plumber. I got on Thumbtack, had a plumber to come out. Is there a leak anywhere? I didn't see any water anywhere. He didn't find. So his thing was that when he went, it's like a little dip that's behind the bathroom down there. When he went there, he said that whole wall was covered with mold back there. And he said that he believes that from what he, you know, there's nothing. His inspection, there was no reason for me to have mold, and his only conclusion was that it was already in the house and they covered it up. So that leads me to now I need to, so he was like, the only way that you're going to be able to get rid of it is you're going to have to tear the whole basement out. I'm like, what? So I started calling around, got on Thumbtack again, found a company that came out, and he said everything had to come out. Like, when I say everything, the ceilings, the floor, it was carpet down there. They took the carpet up, took the carpet off the stairs, took all of the walls out, took everything out of the bathroom, the sink, everything came out. It was heartbreaking for me. And that was a fee. And everything, nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that I had to do in this house was covered by insurance. I had to pay for everything out of pocket. That basement alone